Hey, blast off, I can talk my ass off. Hey, smoke you what you seen and I'll tell you what I saw. Hollywood, what you think and I'll tell you what I thought. And we can talk about it all when we heard.
What's up, y'all? What it do? We back.
We made it.
We made it. Smoke dog.
What up?
Hey, man. Please tell me you practice. What number is this?
30.
Oh, my God. Say it again.
30.
30.
30.
And tell them what that number is, sir.
30.
We at episode 30, y'all. Want to welcome everybody back to the 30th episode of the Trash Talk Podcast.
3-0.
3-0. Y'all, it's been a great week. It's been a great weekend. It's been a great ride with you guys. And
yes, we are. We knee deep in this stuff, man.
yes, we are. We're waist deep.
We are YouTube personalities.
Officially. Whenever I go out and people are like, hey, man, what do you do for work? And I tell them my normal job, and then I'm like, I'm also a YouTuber.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
Yeah. And it won't be long until we are only YouTubers.
I love the way you think. That's a good way of thinking.
Isn't that amazing, though?
That's a great way of thinking. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and get the show started off. We're going to start off with these segments. We're going to do the OMG, and we also going to do a WTF. Who goes first this time, Smokey?
I think it's my turn to go.
Oh, Lord.
Hold on. No. It's your turn to go first, because I go first on the mugshots.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Huh.
That way it's break up the monotony. That was a word I was searching for recently, and I was like, what's that word where you do something repetitively and you need the monotony? That's what it is.
So, wait, what is monotony again? When you do something over and over again?
Yeah, when something gets monotonous, when something is repetitive and you need to break it up, have an intermission, have some intermittent things going on, something to break up the repetitiveness.
Right.
The monotony.
Okay, cool. I'm bringing up my story here, guys. I thought it was his turn to go first, but I have it right here. All right, y'all. Let me tell y'all what is going on in the great state of Georgia. Georgia. All right. Georgia.
Oh, my bad.
No, go ahead. Let me get that note.
The whole night through. My voice sucks, man.
All right. A Georgia woman drops, fatally hurts baby during fight. Have you heard about this?
No.
Have you heard about it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, man, there's a video.
No.
Yeah, dude, it's bad, man.
We're not going to show that,
no,
unfortunately.
We're not. Which, you might be able to show it because it's news, but we're just for our audience, we're not going to show it. Yeah, okay.
Y'all can look it up if you really want to see it.
Yeah, I'm sure most of y'all have heard about this because it's all in the news right now. It says a Georgia woman is accused of dropping and fatally injuring her 3-month-old baby during an altercation with another woman, bro.
Oh, no.
WLB-TV reports 26-year-old Karen LaShawn Harrison was charged with felony murder, cruelty to children, and simple battery.
Ooh.
Moultrie Police Department, Freddie Williams says Harrison got into a fight Friday with a woman at a beauty supply store and dropped the baby onto the pavement. The baby was taken to the hospital Saturday with a head injury where it later died.
Oh, no.
I know. One more paragraph. Harrison told police the baby was injured when he fell from family friend Carnita Clark's arms. Clark corroborated the story. She's charged with false statements and obstruction of officer. The other woman involved in the fight hasn't been charged at all. Now, in this video, Smokey. Okay. It's these two women, right?
Mm-hmm. And
they're at a beauty supply store, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And this one lady, in the video, she's holding, how women hold their babies.
Mm-hmm.
So she's doing that. And this other lady comes out, you a so-and-so, you a beep, and you want to be a beep, and you stupid beep. And the other lady's holding her baby. She's like, who the beep are you talking to? I'm going beep, yo, beep. So the girl who was talking junk comes up to her, tries to punch her. The lady doesn't even think about her baby. She just drops the baby on the ground to start fighting. Just drops the baby to start fighting.
What was her name again?
Karen.
Karen?
Karen. Talk to her.
Karen. What in the hell is wrong with you? Now, this is what happens. When you grow up, usually it happens around the time you have kids, right?
Right.
Like, everybody fights when they're young.
Of course.
You know, that's instinctual nature, that you're gonna fight when you're young. It's
Part of life.
yeah, it is. When you have a kid, your mind state changes.
You would think.
Yeah, you would think that's what's supposed to happen.
Man.
Now she's gonna go and have this hood rat fight.
You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly what this looked like.
Some people should not be having kids, man.
Yo, and you know, a second video I saw, man, you brought up that you would think it would make people change when they have children.
Yeah.
I was watching, you know, like, it's called Live PD. It's all over YouTube.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
So there was this one. The officers were called out to a lady that had like ran into a parked car.
Mm-hmm.
So the lady pulls over to the side and passes out, you know, tries to get some sleep. So the cop walks up to the car's still running, knocks on the window. The lady's in the car like passed out asleep, right? So the cop opens the door. He hears, ah, ah. She gets out. He makes her get out the car. This lady is, I've never seen anybody this drunk. There's a 2-week-old baby.
Oh my God,
car, bro. In South Carolina, not too far from Georgia, but I'm just saying, man, you would think people would be so much more smarter, man, if you got a kid.
The kid is when you have a kid, that's the point when you change your life.
Right.
Otherwise, if you want to keep living like a hoodlum, you want to keep living like you were when you were 19,
then don't have kids.
Don't have kids.
Right.
It ain't that hard.
So, I mean, we can get off of this, but I want to ask you. I don't have any kids, okay?
Yeah.
You do.
Yes.
Did it change your life when you had kids?
It did. Because every action you take after that, whenever you're doing something immature, it makes you think about it before you do it.
Right.
Like anything. I mean, you don't have to just be some prude once you have a kid. You don't have to stop living. You don't have to. I mean, you do have to think about your kid before and after every action that you take. But it doesn't mean you can't have a life at all.
Yeah, I mean, you can still enjoy yourself, but do it responsibly.
Responsibility, which is what a kid is a responsibility that you have.
Right.
Who in the hell gets so mad in a fight that they just throw their kid down?
I mean, and then I really want to show you the video because she's not even thinking twice. She's just holding the baby and just drops it. Like, not sitting it down, just like drops and just starts swinging. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know that I want to see it.
Yeah, I don't want to show you. But, this is where I have to take back the statement, the great state of Georgia. Let's call this the, damn, man, Georgia getting up there with Florida.
Karen,
so.
Whenever you get out of jail,
Talk to her.
Go ahead and leave the state of Georgia.
You got
we don't need you here.
Florida.
Yeah, Florida.
New York.
You fit right in. Ohio. Just take it on somewhere else.
You know what? And if you don't want to leave that far, take a trip up to Tennessee. Apparently, there's a guy out there that likes to kill his mom.
Yeah, he'll hang out with you.
Right.
Oh, R-worded asshole.
That's why I think, you know what? We're going to go off but I thought that's how I know it was your turn, because last week I did that guy first.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, and then you did the Florida one.
Oh,
after.
So we got out of order some.
It's all good.
It's all good.
We're going to do it for the trash talk.
We're going to roll on the Janky Show.
Yes, sir. That's my OMG Smokey. Give me some WTF.
WTF. Woo, I got a good one today.
Oh,
I'm going to lighten the mood a little bit after that
Please
one, man.
do.
But title, this is coming from Fox News.
Otis?
It's not Otis.
Oh, I thought you said Otis.
No, I said it's coming from Fox News.
We have to take that with a grain of salt.
All right. Man on horseback arrested after burglarizing home in Florida. Florida man arrested on charges of burglary of a dwelling. I guess they're using dwelling in the place of home. It's pointless. All right. A Florida man was arrested on charges of burglary of a dwelling after he rode a horse to break into a home.
A dwelling or a dueling?
That's what it says. It says, I'm reading this verbatim. A Florida man was arrested on charges of burglary of a dwelling after he rode a horse to break into a home, according to the Pasco County Sheriff. Now, we've seen a few from Pasco County.
Dude.
Lonnie Maddox, age 52, nicknamed the Rooster.
Oh, Lord. Lonnie the Rooster Maddox.
Lonnie the Rooster Maddox. And his horse named Angel.
No.
Were seen on security footage wandering through the new Port Richey, Florida property of a local resident, Steve Ferguson.
Right.
Footage showed Maddox opening a screened porch and attempting to get in the padlocked front door. He eventually gave up and tried entering through a back window, breaking it and causing $100 worth of damages.
Jeez.
Soon after Ferguson noticed Maddox on the security camera, he called the local sheriff's office. Before officers arrived at the property, the horse wandered away and was separated from Maddox. When officers arrived on the scene, Maddox walked toward them and asked if they had seen a horse.
Oh my God, are you for real?
Yes. The deputies subsequently interrogated Maddox, where they wrote in their report that his priority was finding Angel.
Dude, that's so crazy. First of all, this guy must have desperately wanted to be a part of the Wild Wild West.
Apparently.
Because he's like, hey, bro, we ain't pulling up in the Cadillac today. You know what? Forget the Honda, bro. Forget the Pontiac.
You can whip your Porsche.
But I'm going to ride my horse.
To break into a house.
And steal what's on your porch.
Can't nobody tell him nothing.
Nothing, because he is in the Pasco County Sheriff's Department, I'm sure.
He is. He's in custody now.
So, wait, what were his charges? Breaking and entering? Or?
Yes.
Well, is that a felony? Or I think that's a misdemeanor.
In Florida. Let's see if it says what he was charged with. Maddox had police later determined Maddox had a criminal history and had previously been found guilty of domestic battery, drug possession, and car theft. Does it even say?
Yeah, I want to know what he got charged with, like what was the...
It doesn't say his charges in this report.
Interesting.
But
well,
he had drug charges. Want to guess what drug it was?
What state is this?
Florida.
Yes, Alex, I will take drugs for 1,700. And my guess is, what is meth?
Ding, ding, ding.
What do we have for him, Johnny? Hey, man.
It doesn't say he had meth on him or anything, but we're just guessing here.
Yeah.
This is all alleged because he hasn't been to court yet, but Mr. Maddox, the Rooster.
The Rooster. With Angel.
Definitely wanted to be a Wild West dude.
100%, dude. I mean, think about it. He would probably... The reason I would say the M word, because his name's Rooster.
Yes.
And roosters, what do they do at the crack of dawn?
They cock-a-doodle-doo.
So, what do people who do meth, they're up at what time?
Dawn.
Exactly. And you're
Dusk.
riding on a horse.
Noon. Midnight.
and 2 days after that.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Now, so how do we end our Florida Man segments? Drugs or mental illness?
Let's play a game of Florida Man segment. Was it drugs or mental illness? Would you like to guess first?
I'm going to guess drugs.
You know what I'm going to guess?
What's that?
Both.
Both?
Both.
That's probably most likely.
I would say. And, if you think about it, for you to do that M-word drug, doesn't that kind of have to make you mentally ill?
You might have to be mentally ill.
Yeah.
Knowing what it does to people.
I mean, it's crazy. But that wraps up our segment of
WTF
and
OMG.
Booyah! Well, no, we ain't gonna give him a booyah.
Not booyah
yet. Not a booyah. But y'all, now we're gonna go.
They don't deserve booyah.
No, not for that. We're gonna go ahead and get into our next segment, the Explain This. Last week, Smokey did his mugshot of who ain't got no.
Last week was Otis.
Oh, that was Otis. Who looked surprised?
Crossing the damn street over there. And he give me any.
What's the jaywalk? No, you made a jaywalk.
What do you? I ain't even called a sheriff. What the hell you doing here?
Right. So today, guys, we have my Explain This picture, and this is something fairly new in the community, and I just want to find the picture real quick, and I apologize. Okay, here we go. Now, what do you see in this picture right here, Smokey? What do you see?
I see fairies. And looking at the title, it's called Fairies. It does.
Every week I have to tell Smokey not to read the caption, but go
It
ahead.
was right there at it. I actually came up with fairies before I read the title.
Now, explain this to the people. What
Now, they look like little mosquitoes, but they have legs and arms sticking out.
humanoids.
Yeah, they do look like tiny little humanoids. It almost looks like a bunch of little Tinkerbells from Disney.
I didn't think about that.
That's why I immediately thought fairy. I was like, is that Tinkerbell? A bunch of Tinkerbells.
Is that Peter Pan next to her?
Man, he's got to be in there somewhere.
Yeah, but so what do you think?
I think it's some kind of insect.
You don't think it could possibly be a fairy?
I don't know, man. Do fairies actually exist?
Do mermaids? Does Bigfoot?
Exactly.
Do ghosts? Do aliens? Does the Loch Ness?
I am more inclined to...
Don't you dare say Bigfoot, please.
No, I'm more inclined to believe in, like, aliens than fairies. I mean, well, maybe... Okay, let's look at it logically. Maybe fairies actually existed at one time. Some kind of little flying humanoid-looking creature.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they didn't grant wishes and come into your house at night and show you your present and future and all that stuff. Maybe they weren't taking you to the ball in a pumpkin that turned into a coach. Maybe fairies were these tiny little woodland creatures that flew around like some kind of weird insects that just happened to look kind of humanoid.
And you think maybe they're extinct now?
I would think so.
Huh.
I mean, we found little hobbits, right? We found bones of hobbits and things like that.
Well, I mean, technically, aren't those Neanderthals, though?
Well, not necessarily Neanderthals, but a humanoid creature like Neanderthals from a time period after Neanderthals. Now, those little hobbits existed on an island all to themselves.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
We could also talk about evolution.
Yeah.
We could bring that up. But let me give y'all a backstory on this picture. It says, pictured, professor says he has photographic proof fairies are real.
Mm-hmm. This is a professor now.
Yeah, so he has some credibility to him.
All right.
Manchester lecturer John Hyatt, he's 53, captured the enchanting images of what he says are fairies in the Rosendale Valley. Now, guys, I want y'all to look at this picture because it's if this is real, it's incredible. It says the existence of fairies have long been dismissed and resigned to the realm of children's books and Disney films, hence what you just said about Tinkerbell. However, Manchester Metropolitan University lecturer John Hyatt claims he now has proof the creatures are real and are residing in Rosendale Valley. And he is on a mission to get more adults to believe and bring a bit of magic into our lives. John Hyatt, director of Manchester Institute for Research of Innovation in Art and Design at Manchester Metropolitan University, snapped images of what he claims are the tiny winged creatures whilst out photographing the Lancashire landscape over the last 2 years. And he has now put his photographs on display at a special exhibition. I want to show you one more picture, and guys, I'll link this one on there too. But this is a close-up of one of them. Look at that, man. And this is film experts have checked it out, and it's 100% legit. Yeah.
Wow. Now this could be the remnants of what people called fairies.
Right. And
because I tend to believe most mythological creatures probably existed at one point in time.
Right.
And they were, exaggerated over time.
I have a theory about this, but go ahead.
Oh, no, that's all I was going to say. I looked it up. I think you already mentioned it in the story just to see where where Rosendale Valley was, but it's in Lancashire, England. Between the West Pennine Moors, West Pennine Moors, and the main range of the Pennines. So this is a mountain range in England.
It's in England.
Yeah, outside of Lancashire.
Now, here's my thing. Let's say that this is a true picture of a fairy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you ever heard them say that you can't see a ghost with your own eyes, but you can take pictures? and possibly see something, right?
Yes.
So what if this, like, he was out there taking pictures of the landscape, right?
Yes.
So, excuse me, guys, Janky Show.
Yeah.
Let's say he's
So nasty.
Let's say he saw a beautiful image of a gorgeous mountain, right?
Yes.
He's like, man, this would be nice for my photograph book, right?
Mm-hmm.
He pulls his camera out, takes a picture of this mountaintop, goes home, develops them. It wasn't there when he took the picture, but when he developed them, guess what he saw?
Does it determine that in the story, or?
No, but that's just my theory.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just thinking.
That's good though.
Yeah, maybe they weren't there when he was looking.
Yeah.
But maybe this creature, this fairy, that's Tinkerbell, whatever you want to call it, can only be seen through photography.
Which also brings up the parallel dimension theory.
What do you mean?
That this could actually be just some seeing through the veil type deal.
Oh, so we couldn't see it with our own eyes, but taking the picture.
Yeah, like some reason the picture just happened to snap in the right place at the right time.
Right.
That allowed them to see it. And, you know, this necessarily, if we're going that route, it couldn't be like the Patterson Gimlet Bigfoot video.
Dude, what do you think of that video? Wait, but guys who for you out there who don't know what the Patterson Gimlin photo, it's the infamous photo or video of
on film at that.
Yeah, on film of people say is the actual Bigfoot. People stand by it. This is the only real video footage of Bigfoot.
I think it was the first ever to submerge, at least go mainstream.
Right. What do you think about it?
Here's what makes me not believe that.
Okay.
Because back then, everyone wasn't running around with a camera.
Right.
Cameras are really prevalent these days, so anyone's got a camera. Everybody walking around has a camera.
Right.
So if there's something, anomalous that happens, and it gets on film, or not necessarily film, but if it gets on video, you can be more inclined to believe it. Because everyone has one, and due to the laws of averages, you know. But back then, this guy just happens to have a really good camera,
right,
for the time,
right,
and he just happens to be in the right spot,
right,
at the right time,
right,
filming this section of woods for no reason,
right.
That's why I don't believe in the Patterson Gimlin.
I agree. And I think we actually discussed this on a previous podcast. But what's his name? Patterson? He's the one that filmed it. He was a known con man.
Yeah, I think he had something about he never actually paid for the camera he was using.
Well, the exact camera that he used to film that, he stole that camera to film that. And, dude, if you look at it, the guy, I mean, it looks like a guy in a suit, bro. And then he does like a glance back, like, oh, I ain't got no, you know what I mean? Like, does one of those.
I run this over here.
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
What's up? But no, just looking at it, it looks fake. And you have some of these people that analyze the video, and they're like, oh, well, it's a female Bigfoot. That's why it has breast.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get.
I know men with breasts. I got breasts.
Well, not only that, but you can go buy a freaking Bigfoot outfit with boobs on it.
Put some boobs on it.
I mean,
throw some boobs on it.
Hey, throw some boobs on it. Yeah, but man, it's just I don't know, but let's get got something else about that.
No, I don't believe in the Patterson Gimlin. Now, I'll play devil's advocate and say, who's to say what a real Bigfoot would look like?
Well, according to your theory,
maybe Bigfoot looks like a man in a monkey suit.
Wow. Well, we know your theory on Bigfoot. You want to tell the people again?
All right. You want to know how Bigfoot was created?
Tell them how he was created.
A gorilla raped a human.
And what are the results of that?
Well, as with some genetic anomalies, you get like the tiger mates with the lion. You get an offspring through the genetic formulation that results in a gigantic offspring.
Right.
Whereas the liger would be 900 pounds, the tiger's only 600 pounds, and the lion's only 250. So how can you have
A liger.
a liger that's 900 pounds? Because of the genetic formulation just creates these anomalies sometimes. It doesn't always work, but you can mix breeds of dogs and get normal sized dogs. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
You can get gigantic dogs sometimes. You get the Great Dane or something.
Right.
So it happens sometimes. So who's to say
that's not what happened?
A gorilla and a human offspring would be Bigfoot.
That's a great possibility. Guys, if you go, I'm not sure what episode that was, but if y'all go back and watch that episode, when he brought that up, it was hilariously funny. But it also makes you kind of think about it. Also kind of makes you think. But anyway, y'all, that's Explain This. Smoke, dizzle, my jizzle.
What up?
Let's get into some good old-fashioned trash talk. Booyah!
What's up?
Not a whole bunch. I was about to say but we got
no. Everything is up.
Yeah, we got a bunch going on. Before we get into some topics, man, I don't know if you guys ever heard of this radio personality. His name's Jesse Lee Peterson. He has some of the craziest rhetoric that I've ever heard somebody say. He's a older black gentleman and wishes he was white. I called into a show just to kind of like chump him off, but I plugged the YouTube channel a little bit sooner than I should have and got kicked off. So
now let me ask you this: does he really wish he was white, or does he just like white culture?
Okay, let's say, all right, you're white, right?
Yes.
All right, let's say you have this huge platform, right?
Uh-huh.
And you go on there and you say, well, yeah, the reason the white people are doing so bad is because they're white. White people are lazy. White people are always fighting. White people are always doing the M word. Lazy white people.
Yeah.
Like,
there's people that do that.
You're white though. Like, I mean, come on. But that's beyond the point. I'm just saying I'm gonna try to find the clip, maybe put it in the description so you guys can see exactly what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get on to what we were originally gonna talk about, evolution.
Yeah.
We talked about hobbits.
Yes.
What do you think about evolution?
Well, what do you mean? Like an overview?
Yeah, do you think because I want to say the technical term is there was a puddle of water.
The primordial ooze.
Right, that was close to some hot source.
Well, this goes back to the fairies that we were talking about and the liger. Different species mating has genetic mutations and anomalies, giving breed to new species.
Right.
Now, there's certain species, like the liger, I believe, can't mate. The only way you can get one is to breed the tiger and the lion. Also, a mule. You can't get a mule from breeding two mules because they're infertile.
What, do you have to have a donkey and a horse?
Yes, you have to have a donkey and a horse to create a mule.
Huh, didn't know that.
But there are certain ones that you can produce offspring that will actually give rise to new species.
Mm-hmm.
And through the course of time, new species mate with other species. You can't. I mean, you're not just gonna mate a gorilla with a lion
and get a gorilla-lion.
A gorilla-lion. Yeah, it doesn't happen. But things have to be close to the same genetic makeup.
Yeah, close to the same species.
Yes.
So, what do you think about evolution?
I mean, I believe it's happening. I mean, it happens. And, as far as mental evolution, my theory on that. That's Reincarnation.
That's what I was going to kind of bring up. But now, if you think about evolution, they say man originated from chimps.
Mm-hmm. Some people do. Darwin says that.
Darwin's theory. Why are they still chimps?
Because there's still that offset that hasn't also. Like, let's say you mate the lion and the tiger, you get the liger.
Okay.
Let's say those ligers could breed. They're going to breed with each other.
And make more ligers?
But you still have the lions that are mating with lions.
Okay, I got you. I don't know, man.
I know that's the naysayers say, well, if that's the case, then there should be no more chimps. They should have all evolved by now.
Right.
But that's not the case if you look at it logically.
Yeah, so would you say that an alligator evolved from a dinosaur? or was it just always around? And what
Yeah, I think so.
what
I
did
mean,
what did the
I think reptiles actually evolved from dinosaurs.
so did
And
birds.
so did birds.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then they say alligators are one of the oldest species on Earth.
Yeah.
So does that mean there has always been alligators?
No, not always. They're just one of the oldest ones that are still existing at this time. There's plenty of species that went extinct. You know, the woolly mammoth is one.
Right. Now, why did they survive? Why are they still here? Like, what is?
I think they're just a durable species because they can survive off eating whatever they have to eat, and they're really good hunters. They're good predators. There's not many. There's not much above them in the food chain.
Right.
So there's not things that are just coming along besides man that are killing all the alligators.
True.
Or crocodiles, you know,
Oh,
which
I
alligators evolved from crocodiles, or vice versa.
Well,
one of the two.
there's still crocodiles and there's still alligators. There's
Yes.
caimans. But what is the predator for an alligator other than human? Do they have any natural predators?
The giant boas that are now in Florida.
That are taken over.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Now, who's higher on the food chain than a giant boa or an anaconda?
A bird.
A bird?
A bird could kill
A giant an anaconda?
I think if 4 or 5 vultures wanted that anaconda, they could get it.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think they could get it.
Maybe
Or,
so.
dude,
But an eagle could kill a vulture.
can they?
Eagles are gigantic.
Wow, I thought like vultures. Well, they're also scavengers.
Yeah,
But-
but I don't think they're gonna go after a living prey in the first place.
You think they'd rather wait for their
Yes.
food to die? So, the man, I was about to say, I hate that I lose my train of thought sometimes, but okay, you have birds,
Mm-hmm.
and well, first of all, I don't know how we got into this. Do you remember what we were gonna talk about?
Yeah, we were supposed to talk about subliminal messaging today.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, guys.
But you wanted to get into evolution because of the fairies.
Well, I think we pretty much covered it, but again, you said the saber-toothed tiger, the woolly mammoths.
Mhm.
Again,
The hobbits, the Gigantopithecus, the Neanderthals.
well, that actually brings back on what I was about to say. I mean, I was gonna say, how do we know? I mean, yes, you can say there are bones. Yes, you can say all this, but and I want to take something back that I learned, and I'm man enough to admit 2 things. I'm becoming closer and closer to becoming a non-flat earther.
I knew that would happen sooner or later.
Yeah, because I'm starting to look at things and it's kind of starting to make sense.
Yeah,
about the
well, that's
Earth.
good. I'm proud.
I still got questions, but the Earth might be round. Might be round.
Makes sense.
Also, in a past episode, I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I always said that there's no real dinosaur bones in museums. They're all replicas. You remember me saying that?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, why you're not gonna put a 150 million year old dinosaur bone on display where a kid can hop over the fence and break all this? You're not gonna do
No,
that.
those are replicas.
Replicas.
Yes.
And if you think about it, a guy explained it, and he's like, "Well, it's 150 million years old. Literally, if you sneeze on it the wrong way, it could disappear."
Mhm.
So that makes sense as to how it was preserving it.
Yes.
You know, but
Well, and you know, sometimes they don't find every single bone.
right.
So they have to imagine what would fit into the puzzle sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of it, you got to go off faith sometimes.
That's all. See, we can get into that too. It's all
Yeah.
faith.
Yeah.
But in the subliminal, I hate this word.
Subliminal.
Subliminal. So did I say it right?
Yes,
Subliminal.
the sublime.
The subliminal messages, and not only music, but also corporations,
Yes,
organizations,
advertising, yes.
Yeah. Do you guys think that it is possible to steer someone in the direction of what you want them to do? For instance, let's say me and Smokey make a song right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Smokey, in the beginning of that song, says, And we put this on YouTube, and very quietly, you have to turn it up to a certain amount. You have to put it in a computer program, turn down the bass, turn up the treble, and you can hear Smokey say, like this video 1,000,000 times.
Yes.
And subliminally, you didn't hear that, but your subconscious in the back of your head hits it. Next thing you know, we got 1,000,000 views.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Can we actually do that? Now, we're not saying we're doing that to you right now, but we may be doing that to you right now.
Subscribe to the channel.
Get everyone you know to subscribe. Just do that. And
subscribe to the channel.
We'll love you even more.
Subscribe to the channel.
But if we... now, let's get into this deeper.
Let's do it.
Backmasking. You know what backmasking is?
Backmasking is when you take something someone says and play it normally, then you reverse what they said, and it sounds as if they're saying something. I can give you a prime example. We brought this up. Obama had a rally where they said, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You reverse that, and you know what it says? Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Hail Satan! Yeah, so...
Now, that's the thing, is some people have this theory that what you really are thinking and what you are actually saying is two different things, because you put on a front for the general public, especially when you're speaking in public. But somehow, subconsciously, your thoughts, your innermost thoughts will come out when you play your words backwards. When you play a speech backwards, you can actually... But here's the problem with that, is when you play something backwards and it sounds like... Now, just make up anything. Say, look, right here, he's saying that I love Alibaba.
And in your head, you're listening for it.
Yes, you're listening for it at that point. And then you go, see, I love Alibaba. And you're like,
oh, he did
just say it.
Well, I trained your brain to think that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, that's the problem with the backmasking theory.
Right. But as far as the subliminal thing...
Well, that was still subliminal. Supposedly.
It's not blatant.
Because there were these religious fanatics. There were these pastors and what have you, priests that would... back during the advent of heavy metal, you know.
Oh, yeah.
You had Twisted Sister and Quiet Riot and all that. White Snake and
Poison,
all these guys. Yeah.
Judas Priest.
Kiss, you know.
Yeah.
I want to rock and roll all night. So they would take these records into their congregation and go, listen, brothers and sisters.
Yes, Lord.
I'm going to show you what today's youth is listening to.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Now, if I put this record on, this is the most popular band right now. The name is Kiss, and I'm going to put it right on the record player right here.
Lord.
We are going to put it in reverse right here and listen to this. He said, hail Satan and kill everyone, and that's exactly what he said here on the record, and your youth is listening to this right now.
Oh, Lord.
Get down on your knees and repent.
Damn.
My bad, I got
You
carried away.
actually scared the crap out of me on that one. You just look like a dick. Get down on your knees
and repent.
Oh, man.
God said.
Subscribe to the channel.
Please subscribe.
Yeah, man, it's crazy that you do that because a lot of people believe it. But like you saying, you're trained. And, you know, that kind of ties back to the whole me flat earth thing, because in these videos that you're watching and people, they're speaking uninterrupted.
Yes.
So your brain, you're thinking no one's there to interject whenever they say something's wrong.
Rhetorical. It is rhetoric.
Right. So they're saying these things. No one's there to say, hey, wait, stop. That was wrong.
Yes.
And here's why. Well, the water doesn't curve even at 8 inches. Well, hold on. That was wrong. And here's why. There's nobody there to tell them what they're doing, so they can keep going and going, and it becomes kind of a brainwashing thing. So,
which brings up a good point. Conservative talk radio.
What do you mean?
People will turn on conservative talk radio while they're at work and listen to these guys, the Sean Hannitys, you know, the Tim whatever, the Savage guy, Michael Savage, yeah, the
Jesse Lee Peterson.
There you go. When you turn this on and you listen to it, because these guys will repeat the same rhetoric every day, over and over.
It becomes implanted in your brain.
And thoughts that you didn't have originally. After you hear it that many times, you start thinking, this is what I believe.
So, do you remember back in the day when like Eminem came out?
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember when the Columbine shooting happened?
Yes.
And they said, oh, this is because of Eminem's lyrics.
Yeah. They blamed it on Eminem and Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson,
Yes.
yeah. So, let's think scientifically here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's possible to make someone commit a mass tragedy just by listening to a song? Like, honestly.
Just the song? Maybe if the person is really weak-minded. Have you ever had a song with violent lyrics that you really loved?
Never.
Never had one that you really loved?
But, touche here. I have. Dude, this is deep.
Mm-hmm.
This is about to get deep. What did you just ask me?
Have you ever had a song that with violent lyrics that you really loved?
Okay, my answer. Oh, and then went out and committed violence.
Yeah, that you actually acted upon just because you heard that so many times.
Right. My answer to that is no.
Yes.
Now, let me ask you. Have you ever heard a song where it had violent lyrics and you went out and committed violence? Just because of that song?
Not just because of that, no.
Okay, now, here's the other side of the coin. Have you ever heard a song where they're talking about drugs during our past and it made you want to do drugs?
Yes.
Same here. First time I heard screwed music, I wanted to do syrup. So how is that different?
Well, I think, for one, for it to affect you, because we probably come from a society, a portion of society, where we are more prone to do those things in the first place. So even if you weren't planning on doing it, if you're already, something in your brain is prone to it, like you have an addictive personality.
Right.
And say, or your parents did something, that could cause that. And you listen to a song, it could trigger that.
It. It's a trigger, basically.
Yes.
This is a true story, guys. I'm going to put some of my personal life out there. I've been to rehab 2 times in my life. The first time was, the first drug I ever done was codeine, promethazine cough syrup, and which is an opiate. And when I went there, rehab, you have to sit in these groups and you have to talk to people and tell them what your triggers are and, what are you going to do. And so I would tell them, and this is before sipping syrup was cool. I was sipping syrup when Big Mo was alive. I was sipping syrup when Bar was out. Y'all sipping Activist, Google Bar. That's when I was sipping drink. But I would go into these meetings, these NA meetings. Hey everyone, my name's Hollywood and I'm an addict. And they say, hey Hollywood.
Hi Hollywood.
Yeah. So, and then the lady would say, okay, well you listen, you did these drugs. What made you want to do these drugs? What's something that can trigger it? And I said, screwed music. And it's a trigger, and that could go into the whole brainwashing thing like we were talking about. A simple word can just trigger you to want to do something,
That reminds me of a story from my past. There was this girl that I knew in high school that back then a lot of people, of course it was high school, people were smoking marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana's
nuts. Back there in those days, they were throwing all the kids in rehab, everyone that got caught with it. We were all forced.
Well, for weed?
Yes.
People went to rehab for weed?
Yes. In high school. It happened so many times. Hold
on. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I got to put this out there. There's this funny sketch, and you ever seen Dave Chappelle's movie? Oh
yeah, Half Baked. Yeah.
He went in there for marijuana.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, he's like, hey, I'm Dave. And they're like, hey, Dave. I was like, yeah, I'm in here for marijuana.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's like, marijuana?
It was Bob Saget.
He's like, marijuana? I'm in here for cocaine. You ever suck some for marijuana? And he's like, no, I can't say that. Marijuana's not a drug, man. It's a medicine.
But this was back during the primitive days, we were all riding dinosaurs to school and stuff. But
that was 10 years ago, but go ahead.
Yeah. But anyway, weed was not prevalent at the time.
Correct.
So they were throwing all these kids, like everyone who got caught, and to rehab. That was the judge, Waters. You remember him?
Oh, Judge Waters. Yeah, I do.
He was throwing everybody in rehab back then in those days. So this girl calls up. She's like, I got to smoke. I can't do it or I'm going to get another charge, but I got to. What does she have playing in the background? Cypress Hill. First of all, turn off that damn song. I want to get high.
Yeah.
So high. Like, turn it off. Just turn it off.
Wait, you agree with that?
What?
You think she should turn that song off?
Yeah, because that was what was triggering her.
Knowing that now, you agree with that?
Well, I mean, marijuana doesn't matter now. But I'm saying back there in those days, if it's detrimental to your well-being, to your living everyday life the way you want to live it, and you can't do it, then just turn off the song.
Huh. So, we were talking about... Oh, well, we're still on a subliminal message. So, do you think it's possible to be so bad on marijuana to where... Like, let's take a crackhead, for example. They can wake up, gotta smoke crack, to the point where they smoke their whole life away. Their house, their life sentence, their job.
They wake up from that 34-minute nap.
Right. Now, you think that's possible to do with marijuana?
That you can throw away your whole life?
That you're so addicted, you selling your car to get weed.
There may be some people out there. This sounds weird, but there may be. I'm not. That's not the average person. The average person doesn't smoke weed and go, God dang it, I can't live another second of my life without this.
Let me go sell my TV for a joint.
Has anybody got a? I can. For
You in here for marijuana? I done some for cocaine. You ever suck some for marijuana?
I really need it that bad though.
He was like, nope. No, can't say that I have. I actually use that on a song.
There may be somebody out there. I mean, Dr. Drew likes to put it like that. If an addiction is defined as something that you do in the midst of repercussions and consequences to your life, basically, if you want to stop and you can't, that's an addiction.
If you say that again?
If you want to stop but you can't, that's an addiction. Now, if you're just doing something recreationally, even if you do it every day, it doesn't become an addiction until you want to stop. You are ruining your life. In the face of the consequences, you still keep doing it because you can't stop. Only then are you in addiction.
You want to stop doing something, but you can't. That's an addiction.
Yes.
Let's say I have cancer. Let's say I'm taking chemotherapy.
That's a little different circumstances.
Okay. Could you get where I was going there?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But
dude, my comparisons are beastly.
But let's get back on topic here.
Yeah, the backmask or the subliminal messages.
Yes. Repetitive words is another way of subliminally messaging people.
That's true. They say you say the word anything 13 times, it becomes embedded in your brain.
Yes.
No matter what. And also, about some of these corporations. If you guys look at the Walt Disney sign, everybody, there are rumors out there. First of all, we all know that Walt Disney was a really good friend with Warner Von Braun. Warner Von Braun was part of what party?
The Nazi party.
And they practiced a lot of occult rituals.
Yes, and we're not going to get into NASA right now.
No, we're not. But let's take Walt Disney, and he has what company? Disney.
Yes.
Now, if you look at the Walt Disney symbol, you can literally see 666.
Well, I think Walt Disney actually supported the Nazi party. I'm sure there's people out there that are going to tell me I'm a damn liar for saying that.
Right.
But I think it's public knowledge. I mean, I'd have to fact check here.
Why do you think he would intentionally put those three numbers in there for that? What's the reason?
It could be just a coincidence. Someone drew it and wow, that's a really good drawing.
Or
that's a great representation. No.
Do you believe in the Freemasons and the Illuminati, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know you have a different.
Yeah.
So, but let's say he was. Think about Walt Disney, dude. We're talking about Daffy Duck. I mean, no, we're talking about Donald Duck. We're talking about.
Well, if you wanted to indoctrinate kids, what better way
than to promote 666?
No, if you wanted to indoctrinate kids into anything, what better way than to make cartoons?
Yeah, but my question is why? Why those three letters? Why?
I don't know. I mean, it could just be a coincidence, or he could have been into some deeper stuff than we think.
What I think it is this is my conspiracy mind, is like you said, the occult or the Freemasonry or the Illuminati. They say, listen, you are a part of our club. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he was close to being a 33rd degree Mason.
Really?
He was a Mason.
I never heard that.
Fact check me, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm right. But let's say he is, right? So he goes to these meetings. Listen, and think about the other people who are at these meetings. You got Walt Disney. He has a major company. You have Steve Jobs, major company. Think about Steve Jobs. What was the name of his company?
Steve Jobs was Apple.
Okay, and in the Bible, what did Eve bite that corrupted all of humanity?
The iPhone.
Yeah, well, in the Bible, Adam and Eve.
Oh, I'm sorry, the apple.
She took a bite out of that apple, and what is their logo? A bitten out apple.
Ah, I've never made that connection before.
Yeah,
that's good.
In the Bible it says the serpent came down.
They actually said the forbidden fruit, but they didn't necessarily say it was an apple. I like to think it's a pomegranate myself, but
I think
that's just me.
Either way, it was a fruit.
Yeah.
But most people go with the apple thing. I'm just saying, so maybe they go to these elite meetings and they say, listen, all right, we're going to go with apple. And we're going to take a bite out of that apple because Eve took a bite of this apple and it corrupted all of humanity. So if you use this emblem for your company, it's going to corrupt all of humanity. And people stand in line for weeks and weeks and weeks for the new iPhone. I mean, it could just be coincidence, but it seems a little crazy. Not only that, on the way home, we had to make a stop because we're going to do a crazy challenge today. But Taco Bell. And, you know, if I wanted to, I could put pictures in of every one.
Yeah.
I guess I could do that. Yeah. It's going to take a little bit of work, but I'll do it. But in the Taco Bell logo.
Let me read this real quick.
Go ahead.
As it happens, Walt Disney himself was a member of a Masonic offshoot, my dyslexia, youth organization, and many of the founding fathers of the entertainment business.
So I was right halfway.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he was basically a Mason.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now that begs the question: was Steve Jobs in the Masonry?
Maybe.
But I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, one of the first subliminal advertising campaigns ever ran was in the middle of movies. They would put flash this half a second image of McDonald's or something from the concession stand. Yeah, to get people to buy more popcorn and soda. Coca-Cola would flash up.
Yeah,
or something.
once every 30 or 45 minutes, it would say, "Grab your tasty popcorn. It makes your movie experience that much better." Yes. So you know what? Hey, the popcorn stands right down there.
It does sound good. I mean, that's why advertising commercials work in the first place.
Yeah, but is that a bad thing, or is it just a way to promote your company?
It's just a way to promote, I would imagine. I mean, you could use it for nefarious means. And I can't deny that it hasn't been used for nefarious means in the past.
If you had to bet money, do you think there was any advertising logo that was strictly used for evil intent or to show occultry propaganda? Gun to your head, you have to make a decision. Yes or no?
I would say yes, as far as a rock band logo or something like that.
Yeah, even Jay-Z.
But I don't think they hide it. I think they're out front with it. Yeah,
it's blatant. Yeah, like Jay-Z's Rock Nation, the thing. Everybody knows the pyramid is a sign of, Masonic rituals. Or, everybody's doing this. You guys watching me on camera doing that now.
Yes, the devil horns.
And everybody said that was a part of rock culture.
Or it could just be the wolf pack.
Or, but everybody back in the day, like you were saying earlier, the Judas Priest, the Kiss.
Yeah, they did it on purpose to indoctrinate kids into their, you can't say cult, it's kind of cultish, because they wanted that cult following,
right,
of the, and using the things that they were preaching through their music,
right,
to sell records.
Right, and that's how I attribute it to. I attribute it to selling things.
Yes.
Like, what's another
But what
good
better
one?
way to keep people buying your products than making them feel like they are a part of your little cult?
Yeah.
Insane Clown Posse did it better than anyone.
Oh, with the Hatchet Man?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean?
The Juggalos. They develop fans that'll never leave, ever.
Well, yeah, that's a cult following, but
Yes.
what was their...
Oh, you just use the Hatchet Man for an example.
So when they
You
see
put that on everything.
and they know Juggalo.
Yeah, and people has tattoos of it, and people are like, I want to be part of this. It's not a cross. It's not, an anarchy symbol. It's the Hatchet Man.
Okay.
I want to be a part of that. It's not the Masonic thing. Jesus, what's the name of the Masonic? The protractor. You alright?
I'm thinking about something because if you,
Alright.
but you're talking about the logos.
Mm-hmm.
When they see logos, they think this company.
Yes.
Take our logo, the Trash Talk logo.
Yes.
There could be some Masonicry in there. Now,
Subscribe.
I'm gonna show y'all something here, and I didn't notice this until now. But you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trash Talk, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters, right?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 letters, right?
Mm-hmm.
10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is the number of what? 13 is an unlucky number, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we're using our voice to spread to the masses. And what do we have right in the middle of those 13s?
The microphone.
The microphone.
Listen to us and subscribe.
Exactly. And also, do you know what the caduceus is? The caduceus? You know the international symbol for medical help, the cross with the snake
Oh
around
yeah,
it?
the serpent cross.
And guess what's it's in between? It's between these lines.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be looked, and maybe I'm just looking too much into it, but...
Yeah, I mean, we definitely weren't planning that, making the logo, but
Or was I?
maybe subscribe.
1 million. But nah, even like, let's take, I didn't finish saying what we're gonna say. The Taco Bell on the way here, guys. Taco Bell, I'm gonna try to put it on screen here, but Taco Bell, their logo,
The bell.
the bell, looks just like a serpent's eye.
Yes.
Now again, going back to the biblical days, who told Eve to eat the forbidden fruit?
The serpent.
Now, on this particular Taco Bell, not only does it have the logo with the serpent eye, but it also has a curvy snake motion
Yes.
behind it. I mean, that can't be coincidence.
You don't think?
It can't be. And not only that, the Wendy's lady,
Mm-hmm.
she's got the red hair and she's got this collar that's got these little things on there. Now, on Wendy's slogan is good old-fashioned hamburgers.
Yes.
Now, on her little collar on the logo, it looks like it says Mom.
Yes.
Who makes the best hamburgers in your house?
Mom.
Come get it from Mom.
Now
Subliminal.
that could be that could be genius.
I mean, that's the thing. Is it necessarily a nefarious thing, or is it just a great marketing ploy?
Yeah, that could just be a great marketing ploy.
Can I give you another one?
Yeah.
When you go into heaven, they say, "Oh man, I saw these big, beautiful golden what?"
Arches.
And who sells the most hamburgers on earth?
Arches.
Arches,
McDonald's.
McDonald's. And
The golden arches.
The golden arches. You come to here, and these hamburgers are heavenly.
They are, aren't they?
It's too many, man. It's too many out there, guys.
And not to mention the red and yellow and orange logos that all these fast food places use. Except for Taco Bell uses purple, and I've never heard
Purple
that.
and
But
yellow.
but they say that the red, yellow, and orange makes you
Ketchup.
hungry.
Ketchup,
Yeah.
mustard, red, yellow, orange. Ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise mixed in with
Yeah,
ketchup, I guess.
I don't know what the orange X is.
Of
but they say that those colors, the warm colors like that, make you hungry. So
course, man.
that's why they use those on restaurants.
Yeah, man. It's so many things, man. Like, can you think of any more good ones? Think of a good one.
Right off hand.
I can think of a bunch, dude.
Subliminal advertising.
I can think of a bunch. Let's take man, there was a record company. Let me see your Coca-Cola bottle.
That is not a record company.
No, it's not. But I want y'all to see the 666 in here. Okay.
Sure, you could play it on the screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on screen. Yeah, I'll put it on screen. Okay, 1-6. There's a 6. Okay, maybe not. But I remember something on that. Man, there's so many, dude. There's one that's on the tip of my tongue. I'm trying to think about as he takes a sip of that satanic drink. How's that chemical taste?
Tastes like Satan's lair.
I mean, look at the color of that, dude.
Yeah, it's the colors that make you want it.
I got the best one, Smoke Dog.
Okay.
And y'all have my word. I'm gonna start working on this tonight. I'm gonna put all these on screen so y'all can see these. Monster Energy.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard this one?
The 3 nails, also the...
Well, no. Go ahead.
Well, I've heard the 3 nails. I've heard also the Mark of the Beast because of the slash. I've heard the... What is it? It's supposed to mean 666 in some way.
Okay, gold.
The 3 slashes.
Hebrew.
Yeah.
The Hebrew language. If you guys pull up and
it says unleash the beast.
Unleash the beast on the back, and it also says enter your release your inner beast or something like that. But in the Hebrew numbers, you have 1 that looks like that, and a 2 looks like a X, and a 3. But the number 6 is like a up and then a down.
Yeah.
Now it's 3 of those on a monster can, so that's literally in the Hebrew language
666.
666.
Yeah.
And then it says, unleash the beast.
Yeah.
Because
that's the mark of the beast.
Yeah, that's...
Now, could it be? I mean, could that be what they were going for? Or did they just use that because they're like, this is edgy marketing? Edgy marketing. This is edgy marketing, so we're going to get the kids with this one because they love edgy stuff.
So you think they went in knowing this is 666?
It's just an idea. I'm not going to say that I know that they knew, but... It could be that they're like, if we use this is edgy, and this will get the kids to drink our product.
I don't know, man.
Regardless of religion.
It's so crazy, dude.
You could use an anti-religion as your marketing campaign to get a certain audience, even if you don't believe it.
That's very true, man. Also, you have like the Tostitos one, the 2 T's make people eating, and I don't know, dude. We live in a crazy world, man.
Yeah.
But we could just be thinking this as a cult. The monster thing's a little weird, but we could be thinking about this just being, demonic and Satanists working in these companies trying to take over the masses.
And it could be, or it could be you're just finding what you want to look for.
Right. Humans have a thing in their brain to where they try to find patterns.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing, man.
Yeah.
The trash talkers one got me. 13.
Yeah, we did it. We did it to ourselves.
Yeah. Well, think about it. We're going against each other. We are Irish. Irish believe in good luck.
Yes.
The number 13 is unlucky.
Unlucky.
In this logo, there are 13 letters.
Yes.
Just throwing it out there, bro.
Yep. We're doomed, guys. The sky is falling, by the way.
Yes, it is. Sky is falling. Also, man, y'all stay tuned. We got so much new stuff coming out.
We do.
We got a lot coming out for you.
Content on top of content.
Content, music, gaming, interviews.
Guys.
Sportscast. The Sportscast. He took the words out of my mouth. The season is about to start. If you guys enjoy sports, do y'all talk about college?
A little bit.
College, okay.
Yes.
If y'all like college football, if y'all like NFL, whatever your team is, you guys like NBA, guess what season's about to kick off?
The NFL.
And guess who is a big NFL fan?
This guy.
Ramirez, Larry, Cal, and I said that backwards.
Booyah.
But yeah, guys, check into the sports scoreboard, sportscast, sports talk.
Yes.
It's amazing with our fellow German trash talker, the Alex, and yeah.
And that's about it for this week.
You got anything else for the people smoked out?
I got a lot of stuff, but we're going to hold it for later.
We're going to hold it to next one. Guys, do us a favor. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell on there, and keep an eye out for any subliminal logos that you guys see. And let us know if you see any of those in the comments. Subscribe one 1 million viewers. Also, guys, my name is Behringer Hollywood 6 Bye.
I am Larry Smokey Ramirez Cowan.
I love you.
I love you more.
And we are over and out.
Deuces.